I'll flip it to our screen a little later than I did last time, I guess, just to
Sure.
see if that works. Notifying viewers we're live. Let's see, TikTok.
Boom. I'm in.
All right. Let's see who else gets in. Here we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? Another day in the MLB, another day in sports. Let's get rolling with today's slate, and you guys drop your questions as we go. But let's see. Here we go. Betting splits. Let me get this up in a better format on our screen here. All right, everyone, what do you say? Ready to?
All right. Let's do it.
Ready to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
So no early games today. Kind of nice. Gives us some time to really go into it. Jake already hopped in, said LeBron's overrated, so we get our daily dose of that. Thank you, Jake. What about Celtics? Let's do MLB real quick, and then we'll head over to NBA. So Brewers, Guardians, betting split going in favor of the Guardians. More money coming into the Brewers. Two teams I think are pretty comparable, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Anything you like on those today, though?
No, well, not really. No. I know that I think Lively's going for the Guardians. I'm pretty sure that he's won his last 4 or 5 starts he's pitched. But nothing I love in that game.
Yeah.
But like you said, they are very comparable.
And then Red Sox, Tigers. Another kind of, I don't know, interesting matchup here. More money, going to Detroit here. Line movement, though, has gone in the opposite way. Minus 112 opening, plus 105 now. Anything you like in this one?
Nah, nothing crazy. A couple early stay away games. Well, they're not early games, but those first two, I don't know if it's worth touching either of them.
And we got asked what our most confident MLB pick is today. Padres, Cubs, Phillies is the 3-team money line parlay of the day. So that leads us right into the Phillies. More money coming in, not a lot of major line movement here, dropped, less, not a ton of points here. But I think that the Phillies are a very good play today.
They are. And the Cardinals won 8 straight, and that's kind of come out of nowhere. They just come off a big sweep against the Nationals, and then they swept the Pirates before that. So, I mean, you can't win them all. And I think, catching them on the road like this, give me the Phillies. This is a good spot for the Phillies.
Yeah, and we got Sanchez on the mound. 4-1 on the year. They give him run support. Liberator hasn't, been bad. But like you said, you're not going to win all the games. And I don't think that the Cardinals are still that good of a team. I'm just not very big on them this year. So I think it's a great
spot. Give me the Phillies. Absolutely.
Up next, Pirates, Mets. It is Paul Skeens' day today still, right?
It is, yes.
Very interesting seeing this little money go into a Paul Skeens start.
No.
Here we go. Lost Evans for a sec. There we go. Got you back. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Paul Skeens, normally we get a pretty big betting split. Is this just that the Mets are a bit better of a team than, playing the Cardinals with Skeens on the mound?
True. And he's lost his last 2 starts. He's pitched. So, maybe some of that flare's, he's obviously still a stud, but maybe some of that flare's gone. We'll see.
It is interesting, and it reminds me of Ohtani's Angels starts where, he can still throw 6, 7, 1-run, innings and still lose a game. So it's interesting. But we have seen teams, if you can get him out of the game early, get a couple runs, in the first 5 innings, it's hard to get a win then.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Anyone else got questions? Thank you guys for the reactions. Let's drive some likes up on the TikTok as well here. I can't tell if it's being censored or not, but we'll keep flipping the camera back and forth. Nationals at the Braves. I mean, Braves should be able to get a win here today. They've cost us a lot recently. So I'm not a big Braves fan, but I got to think they can win this game.
Yeah, and the Nationals, I think, have lost 7 or 8 in a row. So this is another spot where the Braves, it's been like 3 games in a row where the Braves are in a good spot to win that game. They got one of them, but it was in extra innings. So they're making everything painful and everything tough.
Yeah.
It's kind of I don't even like getting on those games.
No, I completely agree there. T-Dog asked about the Mets. Is that a game you're comfortable taking, or do you kind of stay away because Paul Skeens on the mound?
I don't hate it. I'm not saying comfortable, but if they get a couple runs, like if you get 2 runs off of Skeens, then you're in that game the whole way.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind the Mets today. It's definitely not, a favorite game or anything, but I don't think it's a bad play either. And to get a positive betting split on a Paul Skeens day today, it says a lot about what people think is, going to happen in this one. Let's see, Marlins Cubs. I think this has to be a Cubs win today. It's juicy, but they're a superior team in my
Yep.
eyes.
Colin Ray going. They just lost that series against the Mets. Pretty competitive series the whole way, really. But no, I mean, this is a great spot for the Cubs to bounce back at home, just start rolling again.
Let's see. We got asked, would you take Cubs 1.5?
I don't hate it.
I don't hate that either today, to be honest. Yeah.
If you're just doing a straight bet, yeah.
Yep.
But if you're filling it into a parlay or something, you just go money line.
Completely agree there. Rockies at the Rangers. Rockies fired their coach. Is there any magic they can get with that? Hey, we need to step it up now that we got a coach fired.
Right. Well, the coach wasn't playing when they were 1-17 on the road in the last 18. But
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not taking them. That's for sure.
Yeah, same here. Let's see who's on the mound for the Rangers today as well.
Trevor Molly.
Pitching pretty well, so far this year too. 1.48 ERA and 3-1 record there.
Right.
Yeah, Colorado's got some issues, and like you said, it wasn't the coach, going 1-17 on the road. They need a lot more than just a new coach.
Absolutely.
To turn things around. Moving on, Royals at the Astros. Royals have been a good team. The model today, like the Astros, we almost thought about putting the Astros in, but I think this is going to be a pretty competitive game. I do like Houston to win, but the Royals are not a pushover at all.
Nope, totally agree. And yeah, the last 7 for the Royals on the road, they're 6-1. Michael Wacha has been okay. He hasn't been awesome, but yeah, if we were going to take it, it's the Astros based off the models predictions. But I think it's just too close to call for this one.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Yankees, Mariners. Slight line movement, slight money favor, going to the Yankees in terms of that split there. Is this a good Yankee? Their offense has been playing, very well. Is this a Yankees win today, or is there upset potential?
Well, another Yankee, yeah, the model like the Yankees. I don't mind the Yankees. They make everything pretty stressful too. Every time you bet on the Yankees, I feel like.
Yeah.
But that might be another stay away game. But if you do touch it, I think I'm going Yankees.
I agree here. And guys, let us know any of your questions. We got people joining, but if you have a game that you want to hear us go over more, or another sport, we'll get to the NBA in a sec. Just let us know. Padres at the Angel or home to the Angels. I mean, I think this definitely has to be a Padres win here.
Yep, we love the Padres today.
And team total on the Yankees. We could check what that's set at really quick. We can pull up just the DraftKings on this.
Yeah, because sometimes with the Yankees, it's taking them 6 or 7 innings to get going. But once they get going, and Aaron Judge is obviously still Aaron Judge, but man, they can pile on runs fast.
Let's see, team totals for the Yankees. 4.5 at +100 is not terrible.
I like taking that more than just Yankees money line because they can score 5 runs and lose.
I would agree with that there. Over 4.5 at plus money too for a Yankees team with how good Aaron Judge is hitting. Not a bad play in my eyes at all. We got asked about the Phillies as well. Yep, loving the Phillies. They got them in the parlay. 3-team money line parlay, guys. Padres, Cubs, Phillies. Definitely one that I think we're pretty excited about right now. And then let's see, final game, Diamondbacks, Giants. Giants getting a very nice home split actually on this one. Do you agree with that at a +100 value?
I don't mind it. I mean, Diamondbacks are scary. They're got a good lineup. They're kind of good everywhere. But Giants have been rock solid at home, and they keep showing it.
Yeah, and Merrill Kelly, Verlander, neither are pitching incredibly well. So I think this is a pretty good spot to get a little bit of plus money action there.
And Verlander's been weird though.
He has been. I haven't watched him. What have you, besides the numbers, what have you kind of seen from him so far?
It just doesn't look the same as it did 4 years ago, which makes sense. Father time gets us all, but he's just not as consistent. He can't find the strike zone sometimes. But this Giants team is no joke. They're good.
Yep. Yeah, Giants are, and at home too, opening up a series. That's kind of always not an easy place to play.
Nope.
We got asked about the Yankees and the Tigers, so we like the Yankees. Let's go back to that Tigers. Nothing strong on that game. I wouldn't say that's the best two-leg parlay of the of the day or anything.
Right.
And then Brewers, where were they at? Same type of thing. Not a game that I think there's a lot of value on.
No, coin flip game. There's a couple of those today.
Dogs by 50 here. Need these picks. There we go. Alex, what games you interested in on this? We'll go over them for you. Cubs, Rangers, and Padres parlay. That's not too bad.
It's going to be pretty juicy. I mean,
It is.
what were
That's
the
the
Rangers? Minus 350, close to minus 400 getting there.
Yeah, let's see what.
So, I mean, I don't hate that. I don't mind that parlay at all. It's just, you're paying a lot for 3 teams, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's hard. When you're not even getting to plus 200, DraftKings not loading. With 3 teams, it's hard to justify that being a parlay for me. So that's why, like, I love the one that we have going today. Padres, Cubs, Phillies, and what we're at plus mid 200s or so on that.
221, I believe.
Yeah, like that's a good number. Red Sox versus Tigers, kind of a stay away game. Nothing too much that I like there. JMC, who was doing Cubs, Rangers, Padres, was going to add the Celtics into that. I don't know about the Celtics tonight. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if the Knicks lose back-to-back at Madison Square Garden. It's hard. The Celtics are better, but yeah. I am worried about that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if they're making shots, though, nobody's beating them. But, every road team's won every game this series. We'll see how far that can go.
Yes. Let's see. Alex, Astros and Tigers game. What are we thinking? Like the Astros there.
Yep, the model like the Astros. Still a little bit of a sketchy game to jump on. I think there's better ones to jump on. But, no, I mean, I think the Astros are the play if you're going to play it.
And then Tigers game, I really wouldn't. Alex, I wouldn't go too heavily into that game. There's nothing that I would say I'm liking too much there. T-Dog Astros, yep, like the Astros. Rangers versus Rockies. I mean, Rangers better win that game. How about the under on the Brewers game?
I don't mind that. That's a couple of struggling offenses, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, that might be the way to go in that game. I don't like either side, really. The under might be the play.
And then we got asked Paul Skeens strikeouts.
It's usually very inflated. That's the only problem with taking those bets. Like, if you're going to bet them, you almost want to bet the under.
Mm-hmm. And then Verlander washed. We got asked. I mean, it's kind of looking like that right now, unfortunately.
Right.
Do the Braves pull off a win today? Alex, we think so, but definitely not putting anything down on Atlanta right now.
Every time we say it, they make it scary. So, yeah.
Yeah. They're on a little bit of a kind of a half ban list right now, I think. Right. Detroit, not big on Detroit. Mets, Pirates, Nerfy. That's probably going to be an inflated one, I would
It's very, assume. But don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
But that's got to be one. I bet it's at least 155, 160.
Yeah. That's what let's see if we can get Nerfy odds real quick. Brewers or Guardians, again, not a game that we're looking too into. First inning. Let's see, minus 150.
Right.
It's just hard to justify doing a straight bet on a minus 150 play.
Right.
Add it to a parlay, not a bad parlay leg for sure, but don't go too. I think you got a lot of legs going on this now. We got all the juiced money line teams and the Celtics and the Nerfy that something sells a lot of times in these ones that we think are free.
Right, and Nerfies have been cursed this year too.
Yes, yeah. You're telling me, coming from a struggling Braves fan, we're on the struggle bus, Alex? Yeah, I'm sure that's not a fun team to be rooting for this year. Best money line play, Charlie. So we got it at the bottom of our ticker. Padres, Cubs, Phillies is going to be our money line parlay today. Yankees, we like the Yankees. Padres or Angels. Padres, got to be the answer there. And then before we get off, let's take a look at the NBA.
Right.
Spread, Timberwolves on the road favored with the spread, getting a split. And then, not shockingly, I would say a little bit of a positive split on the Knicks there, but pretty even money there. But money line, pretty predictable. Both underdogs going to get, the bigger split in a playoff game.
I think it's Celtics Timberwolves again.
I do. I definitely agree with the Timberwolves. I think the Celtics probably win it. I want to say the Knicks, but with the Celtics,
I wouldn't mind it if the Knicks won it.
I completely agree. If the Celtics play their best, though, it's game over.
Or just don't play your worst. Almost.
Were you able to say what time your Moneyline video drops today? We'll post it here in, probably within the next half hour once we get off the live Moneyline video will be posted. Do the Diamondbacks pull off a win today? Alex, we kind of like the Giants in that game. I think it's, game one of a series in San Francisco. There's, not a huge pitching advantage on either side.
Well, and the Diamondbacks coming off a pretty emotional 4-game series against the Dodgers. That was a crazy series, the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Giants in that spot at all.
Yeah. No Mets ? It's Paul Skeens Day, so it's not a. I mean, we'd probably take the Mets, but we don't have them in anything that we're doing today. Again, Padres, Cubs, Phillies. Those gotta be our best friends today, right there.
Yep, absolutely.
And then Jonathan Kuminga free play too. We found incredible value there. What we hit SGA in the second quarter, early third.
I checked. Yeah, middle of second quarter, he was over.
Yep. So we, we've been on a pretty nice free play run for everybody too, all year. But even recently, just with the plays we've given people, it's been
71 and 55 is not bad. We're right around 57% for the year.
Yeah,
try to get that thing up to between 58 and 60. That'd be nice for the year.
Definitely. How's Seattle this year? I don't know too much about the merit. What's the Kuminga play? Oh, Jonathan Kuminga. I typed that out wrong.
He's over.
Over,
and
yeah.
I think it's 4.5, isn't it?
Yeah, over 4.5. I had the Gary
over 4.5 rebounds. And it's a little juicy. It's minus 145 on BetMGM. For others, ESPN Bet has it all the way up to minus 200. So how we can fix that? You go Diamondbacks over 1.5 runs today. So, and then that's at minus 600, and that'll get you right back down to pretty much pick 'em odds.
Yeah, definitely a play worth taking though. Give me Anton 5. I think that could probably happen, Alex.
Yep.
Especially if Curry's not. I don't think he's playing today either.
I haven't heard he was, so I doubt it.
I think they said Wednesday is the earliest that he might be able to come back from. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Let's see. Rangers or Rockies? Rangers there. Rockies should not be able to win that. Thoughts on Mibe owner? I don't know who that is. Mibeowner?
Not off the top of my head.
Unless it's a typo. Blaze, are we missing something, or was that a typo on something else? Maybe over? Anyone else got questions as well? They got us to 1.1K likes today too. That was nice.
All right. We didn't even have to ask.
No, I know. That's always nice when we don't get asked. Thank you guys for being good supporters today. Got Tigers over the Boston money line. Yeah, I mean, not a game that I'd say we've got, anything.
No, don't love it.
All right, final questions before we round this out. No one's got anything. We'll post the video, and guys, again, Discord's going to be I don't know who Mibe owner is. Do you guys cover NHL? We'll take a quick look. We do betting splits for NHL.
Yep. And I saw a stat today that home teams in the playoffs are 40 and 20 this year, NHL. So it's always something to keep in the back of your mind.
Yeah. So why is it NFL? Capitals once again.
To really start talking about the Cowboys-Eagles game. They just came out with that's the opening.
I know.
Game.
That's gonna be. Oh, how about George Pickens trade too?
Yep, saw that. Steelers have but I mean, what's going on? That's the least talented Mike Tomlin team we've ever seen, I think, at least for now.
Yeah. And I mean, what is Will Howard all of a sudden going to be a starting quarterback there this early?
He might have ended up in the perfect spot.
He might have. And I don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's not like
nobody does.
It's not like he's going to bring you a Super Bowl at this point in his career either. Yeah. So I don't know if it's in the best interest. But I think the biggest thing with the Steelers is Mike Tomlin's got that streak, going, never having a losing season. And there's been years where I thought they were going to have a losing season, but this might be the most where I'm really concerned about them.
And I think Steelers fans are tired of only winning 9 games too. They're almost tired of hearing about the streak.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like either win a Super Bowl or end the streak,
or get a good draft pick.
Yeah, because they can never draft a quarterback in
No.
the first round, and I mean Kenny Pickett wasn't
Sure.
didn't do too much for them there, but
he's on his third team.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Cooper Flags. Oh, the draft lottery is tonight.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, and so it is. It's all about Cooper Flag. He can. We'll see if one of the I think the top 3 teams get a 14% chance of the number 1 pick, and then it drops, but it's even out a lot. It used to be like you get a 30% chance if you're the worst record or something. So we'll see who he goes to. As a Steelers fan, it's been painful. I can imagine. Ben said they're loving the live, great format. If you guys can join on X, because TikTok will flag it if I show a computer screen or a TV screen for too long. So definitely, join over on X so you guys get to see the whole screen share and everything, which is a lot better. Yankees tonight, like them. I like all under 6.5 Canes game. We probably don't have too much on NHL over-unders, but interesting enough, two biggest betting splits are the road teams today. I don't know that we'd recommend too much on this.
Yeah. I mean, we're not touching them, but
no.
Both the playoffs have been crazy. Like we've kind of stayed away. Besides props for the NBA, we haven't touched a side or a total in a while. And I mean, it's probably a good thing we haven't, because I mean we've been pretty solid without it, and a lot of crazy stuff's happening.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny because so many people say I'm not going to start betting the NBA until playoffs.
Right.
It should kind of be the opposite.
Well, that almost any sport. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, I mean, I get it. Everyone loves the playoffs, but profitability is, what's most important in this. And, we knew when to kind of tailor it down and switch over to more just the positive UV props coming in.
Right.
Do we like the Mets? Yes, but not a ton.
But if I had to.
Yeah, would definitely take them if that was the side. All right, looks like people are filtering out, so I think we'll call it here. But another solid day. Let's have a win. Let's get 6 plays on the card. So I mean, if you guys are in here, get in the VIP and start winning with us. Let's keep on doing it. We'll be talking games as many days as we can with you guys. So appreciate everyone joining, and we will